Hey everyone, Ben the Bar Guy back with another video to help you make better drinks, and today we're gonna learn how to make ginger syrup, an awesome recipe that is delicious in so many cocktails, mostly the Buck, which is a ginger-kicked highball. So if you wanna make better drinks, check this video out. Nux, beer mug, daiquiri. All right, everyone, this is a quick video on how to make ginger syrup for great cocktail recipes, mostly the Bucks. The Bucks are delicious, ginger-based highballs that have a little kick, obviously, from the ginger. And the way to get that kick is pretty simple, but you do have to have a machine that can juice ginger. And here we have an Omega juicer. If you had another way to press ginger from ginger root, then that would be ideal for your ginger syrup. These are amazing. This is a commercial Omega juicer. You certainly can look up a bunch of home Omega juicers. They are a bit pricey, but I'm telling you, they get every ounce of fluid out of whatever you're juicing. They're also great for pineapple and other tough fruit to juice. So I highly recommend it. The way it works is pretty simple. So the Omega juicer is a masticating juicer. And that means that it squeezes through pressing and turning a wheel inside of here, a gear. It presses down ginger to absolutely nothing but juice and then the leftover bits that you don't really want. You take ginger root, you cut it up. Some people like to peel it. I don't think it's necessary. I just throw it in there. This is what that looks like. You drop in your slices. The juicer moves the piece through. It twists it using the gear. And out one side you get juice down the middle here. And out here you get the ginger leftovers you don't really want. All right, everyone, we juiced our ginger and we've gotten two things out of it. Out of the end, we got this very dry leftover ginger that's been pressed almost completely dry. And you could use this if you wanted. I just throw it away. It's probably decent in some sort of form of cooking. I hate to waste, but I don't have any use at home for ginger waste. But here's the gold. There it is, guys. That's the ginger juice. It'll make your whole kitchen smell amazing. I've had bartenders just take shots of this because it's such a healthy thing. But that is where all of the Buck and other cocktails with ginger, they get their kick from this juice right here. And we don't really add any simple syrup to the process. We just add sugar. So we don't want to add any more water. The ginger juice has enough water in it already. And we want to do that by weight if we can. So I always like getting a quart container, and the reason is you can seal it up so you can shake it. The specs for the ginger syrup are pretty simple. It's 1 liter of juice, or 33.8 ounces of ginger juice, to 1.5 pounds of sugar, or 24 ounces of sugar. It's very important you do it by weight so that you get everything in the appropriate amount. A lot of people like to eyeball their sugar. That can cause problems. You may end up with a ginger syrup that's a little off. So we have 7.72 ounces of ginger juice. What we need to do is figure out, based on that ratio of 33.8 ounces to 24, what our amount is going to be. And it just turns out that the magic number is 1.41. So if you take 7.72 ounces and divide by 1.41, you will get how many ounces of sugar you need to add to this juice. So we have 7.8 ounces of ginger juice here, and we want to add, according to our ratio, and we get 5.5 ounces of sugar. So I like to tear my scale, go back to 0, and add 5.5 ounces of sugar. All right, we've added 5.5 ounces of sugar, and now the fun part, you can shake. Now, some people like to heat up their ginger syrup at this point. If you do, be very careful because ginger syrup loves to burn. And so what you don't want to do is overdo the heat. If you cook it at all, it changes and it makes the flavor very bitter. So it's much better to just use a little elbow grease and just shake the ginger syrup. There is plenty of water in there for the sugar to get dissolved in the syrup. If you want, you can always use a water bath, like use the hottest water from your faucet that you can, and then just add the sugar to the ginger syrup while it sits in the bath, and you'll get the sugar to dissolve just fine. Now remember, simple syrup is 50-50, it's 1-to-1. So in actuality, our simple syrup is actually much sweeter than our ginger syrup. But we found that's just what balances cocktails in the way that we want for bucks. There's a trick with ginger syrup. There's an awful lot of particulate matter in ginger that will end up on the bottom eventually of your ginger syrup. Don't worry about that. That's not sugar. That really comes from the ginger itself. And you just want to make sure that you don't use it in your recipes. It will make the ginger syrup a little bit bitter if you let it sit on that. So after about a day, I like to pour off my ginger into another container, clean out that white, and then put the ginger syrup back. At my bar, we use ginger syrup so quickly that I don't really stress about it too much. The ginger syrup, it's hard to tell if the syrup has dissolved, but right off the bat, that particulate matter hasn't gathered at the bottom of the container yet. It hasn't had time, so you can kind of tell, are there sugar crystals at the bottom, or is it that white stuff that just comes out of ginger? I think this needs to be shaken just a touch more. All right, let's taste our ginger syrup. Oh wow, it's got a lot of spice to it. That's gonna make some interesting cocktails without a doubt. Very easy to do, but man, woo, it makes a difference. And that's got enough sugar content to balance a cocktail. It's what we want. Well, all right guys, that's ginger syrup. It's that easy. Check out some of my videos about bucks if you wanna learn more on how to use ginger syrup and make awesome drinks. And until next time guys, to better drinks. Ginger juice.